Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Big Tony here again with week number 2 of our It's Destiny podcast. This week, first off, we're going to show you what Xur has for sale. If you haven't gone there yet, he will be there until the reset tomorrow morning, which, depending on where you're at, is a different time, and I'm sure you know what that is. So, a lot of cool things happened this week. There was the Twitch reveal again for House of Wolves, and they had special guests, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. But we got to see the Trials of Osiris and how that works. It's pretty cool. I'm actually kind of excited about it, and I'm not huge into the Crucible thing. And then what else? Oh, Iron Banner was this week. And obviously goes until the full reset on Tuesday, so you'll want to check that out if you're into that at all. They had some pretty cool stuff, and it's kind of a similar system, I think, to the Trials of Osiris. A little bit different, but kind of the same idea. So as we fly in here, now this is pretty funny. So for no particular reason at all, I just searched. I went to the Vanguard area to search for Xur, and I saw those names right there, and I was like, that's probably where he's at. And turns out that's exactly where he was. So that was pretty nice to kind of get lucky there. But anyway, let's see what Xur has. So he's got Ruin Wings for your Titan. He's got the Don't Touch Me for the Hunter. Heart of Praxic Fire for the Warlock. Hard Light, an exotic auto rifle. Nice Rate of Fire, of course. Pretty okay impact compared to most of them. Fast reload. Rounds fired from this weapon over-penetrate targets and ricochet on hard surfaces. Bottom of each magazine does additional damage. Of course, exotic shards. And then a gauntlet engram. And then it's got a whole slew of things you can upgrade. Again, don't forget, with the House of Wolves update, that will no longer be necessary. You will be able to upgrade any exotics that you want, as long as you have the correct materials. So, that is going to be awesome. I personally, I don't have the Ruin Wings, but I do have the Don't Touch Me's, and I love them. They're kind of nice to, especially doing that first part of Crota. When you get hit, or when you get meleeed, anyway. You go invisible, so that's kind of nice. Makes it easy to run through as a hunter. So now we're gonna switch here and go right into the Nightfall. This week it is the Will of Crota. I teamed up with just some random guys again from that DestinyLFG.com. Again, if you haven't used that, I'll put that in the link. But it's pretty awesome. I mean, you got to go try it out. It's too nice. So we'll head right in here. And alright, so if you haven't done this one, it's a pretty long one. But this week it's an all burn for the Nightfall. So it doesn't matter what you use. I particularly was using Abyss Defiant, Icebreaker, and I believe the Hunger of Crota for most of them. Maybe with my Hunter here I was using something different. I like the Icebreaker just because of the, it regenerates ammo, so you never really have to look for ammo. And then I switched to, not on this guy, but on the other ones I switched to Galahorn at the end to take Omnigul down, and it works really well. So it's definitely worth, having a wide range of weapons. Whether you like them or not, it's just a good idea as far as the Nightfall goes. This first room, if you've played this, it takes a while. You have a bunch of waves of enemies coming at you from all different directions. With this group of guys, I mean, we actually did this pretty quick. I think most of them are around 15 or 17 minutes. So, and the basic strategy, again, if you've done this, is kind of stay back in this room. You can shoot pretty much everything. because it's either going to come at you or poke its head out at some point. So there's really no way you can miss. So some of the other things this week, they also had oh, this is actually a good thing to talk about right now. Okay, so on Bungie.net, you know, they have their weekly updates and everything, and as some of you may not know or may have heard, in Nepal they had a huge earthquake. Caused a lot of devastation. Thousands of people are dead. Bunch of people are homeless now. I mean, so they need a lot of help. So there was a message from Christine Edwards. She's the Bungie Foundation manager. She said, "Amazing things can happen when we come together as a community. And right now we all have a chance to fulfill the role of guardians and come to the aid of people in need." So here's what she has available for us to be able to help. I mean, in some way. So on Saturday, April 25th, a magnitude 7.8 earthquake devastated the country of Nepal, leaving thousands dead and tens of thousands homeless, and in need of food, medical attention, and shelter. As one of Asia's poorest countries, it has little ability to fund relief efforts and long-term reconstruction efforts of its own. Nepal needs our help. So right now, at the Bungie store, you'll find a special edition Nepal Aid t-shirt for $25. It's $24.99. You'll receive a t-shirt, a custom in-game shader, and a custom in-game emblem, and 100% of the profits will be donated to recognized charities that have direct relief efforts in Nepal. We'll be taking pre-orders of the shirt between now and Sunday, May 24th at 11:59 p.m. Pacific. So you definitely want, I mean, if you want to help, you get a cool shirt, an emblem, and a shader. And so it's kind of a nice way to help, but you get, you know, you get something cool for it too, you know, and everybody will know that you helped out. So I mean, even if you're pre-ordering it now, so I mean they haven't been made yet. So just to go through the rest of the announcement, shirts will be put into production on May 25th, and will begin shipping in early June. The in-game items will be distributed in an upcoming feature update later this year. And to claim those rewards, you'll be given a redemption code, and you'll get one for every shirt that you purchase. So if you purchase more than one shirt, you'll get more codes. Let's see. And then our team is hammering away on creating these in-game assets. We'll show you that shader as soon as it's locked, and the victims of this tragedy need aid now. So we're launching this rescue mission immediately. So if you want more information, Bungie does, I mean, they try to do a lot of things to help. So if you want to help, and want to know about the different things that they're working on, you can follow at Bungie Love, BUNGIE LOVE, for regular updates on this campaign as well as other ones that they do. And they go through and they raised $83,000 for the Ronald McDonald's house in Seattle chapter. Or, well, I guess they raised $17,000 for the Ronald McDonald house, but the entire thing that they helped with raised about $83,000. So that's pretty neat. And then they talk about the Gauntlet tabletop tournament is raising funds until May 16th for Hope Link. And let's see, Team Bungie's already raised $35,000 for that, and which will provide about 12,000 meals to families in our local community. You know, well, their local community in Seattle. And if you want to donate, you can go to their team page to make a contribution, and prizes will be distributed the week after the event ends. So I'll also put, you know, this link and the Twitter handle and everything in the link below, so in the description below, so that you'll be able to get those easily. Alright, so if you've been watching this, when I usually run up the stairs, I'll hurry and hit those snipers, and then you just gotta kind of get rid of all the waves of enemies. There's a ton of them. It's a little easier when there's all burned, because it doesn't matter what you use. And so we were able to actually fly through this pretty quick. So now, you know, get to pick up ammo. Yay! So I usually dread this particular strike when it's the nightfall, because it seems so long, and then depending on the strategy that your team uses at the end can make it worse, because not everybody knows about the room in the back, and I'll show you that in a minute, because we do actually use that in the first two here. Actually, maybe all three. I can't remember. I played it the other day, and I think one time I was the only one in the room. Maybe that was for the weekly heroic. Anyway, there's a room in the back that makes it kind of nice. So don't forget, DestinyLFG.com is a great place to go. Also, Bungie.net, or downloading the Destiny app on your phone is a nice place to get a bunch of the information that like Deej, the community manager, sends out, and things like that, and then hearing about all the updates and patch notes and whatnot of things coming up. So let's see. Alright, so in here we were really trying to get Omnigul down, like really far. This first one I just had Hunger of Crota. We're actually able to get her down pretty low, but, and I don't remember if it was this time or the second time, we actually ended up getting her probably about halfway, and then she teleported. So, I mean, it looks like you can do quite a bit of damage to her, but then she just kind of takes off. So, I mean, look at right there. We've almost got her. She was probably about a third health left before we couldn't hit her anymore. So I don't know. I think she'll teleport every time once she gets to a certain amount. And it's stupid because then her health regenerates. That would be cool though, right? Be able to just finish that quick. And this strike is just full of just waves of enemies. I mean, that's basically all it is. You just, oh man, that was crap. That was like 3 hits and I was dead. But yeah, so this one's not too bad though. I mean, as far as long as you got the right people and you know what to do, it still takes a while, but it's not terrible, especially with this burn. Actually, I think it's harder in normal mode because you don't have that extra damage boost. Got freaking killed again. Stupid boomers. The guy is still alive up top. I struggled on this one right here anyway. Jeez. He's still alive. Nobody's killed him yet. So I finally used the Abyss Defiant. Why not? It's a good sniper rifle, right? So head up here, be careful not to get killed by these boomers, and then what we'll do is we'll come up to the top of the ramp here, and there's going to be a lot of enemies. You just kind of clear them out. So starting up here, come up, you just start clearing these enemies out, and this will just make it easier. Got my black hammer now. Switch to my Galahorn, so that's good. I did it in this one to kind of see how quick you can take Omnigul down if you have the right equipment and the right burns, of course. So yeah, you kind of clear out these bottom enemies here, and then that'll give you the opportunity to run to that back room while we're low on enemies. In this back room, if you haven't done it before, the idea is basically all 3 of you get back there. One of you kind of stays up and away, and then the other 2 are down below, and as the other 2 get killed, because you will get killed. The other one can revive you. So it's a legitimate strategy. I mean, it works. And you know, is it cheesing it? Yeah, probably. But I mean, what do you do? This is a really hard one to do from that little hallway. So yeah, see right there, we've almost got her to half health. About half health now. She's almost at a quarter. I mean, that's just nuts. Like, you killed her so fast, and that's it. I mean, she's done. So that is the Will of Crota, and I can't remember what we got as rewards here. So we'll go through and see that. Oh, yeah, he got the Veil. I got the Symbiote, and then he also got Unwilling Soul, which is cool. Unwilling Soul is actually not a bad auto rifle, but I've already had that helmet. Alright, so to show you our rewards here, Zebrahead kind of kicked my butt on kills. That's okay though. So yeah, so that's what we got. And then, so that is the Will of Crota. It's not terrible, especially with those kind of burns, but that is a good strategy, even in the normal one, because I know the normal one's difficult. Just hide in that room, honestly. So we'll go through. You'll see my Warlock and my Titan go through this as well, so you can kind of see just how I do it with all of them. You can tell with my Warlock I'm a little bit more careless. Like, I did die as a hunter, but I die a lot more as a Warlock just because I know that I can revive myself if they can't get me. So I'm a little bit more gutsy, I guess. So, alright, so let's get into what they revealed on Twitch. So this week, last week they just revealed House of Wolves, they revealed the Reef, they showed us around, they told us kind of some of the things that would be coming, but they didn't really delve into it a lot because they're going to be doing these updates every week. Again, that's at twitch.tv/Bungie. Go check it out, subscribe to that, or don't subscribe, but follow that channel. I mean, subscribe if you want. I don't know if they have a subscribe button. Anyway, go to that channel, follow them, and then that way you can know when those Twitch reveals are going to happen. They're every Wednesday from now until the release of House of Wolves. So definitely go check that out. And this week, last week they talked to us about the Trials of Osiris, and we knew that that would be one of the end game activities. This week we actually got to see it firsthand. And what they did was they assembled a team of guys from the community and guys from Bungie to play against each other. So in the first team, the team that was on screen that we could see was a guy named Triple Wreck to lead. Apparently a big guy in the Bungie community, plays Destiny, loves it, and he was teamed up with a couple of guys from Bungie, of course, and then there was another team in another room that was playing against them. So let's see, I've got their names here. Alright, so we had Triple Wreck was the lead on the team on camera. Then you had a PvP tester, Greg Requa, and Crucible designer Kevin Yanez. And Triple Wreck was a Blade Dancer Hunter. Greg Requa was a Titan and I believe Defender class. And the Crucible designer Kevin Yanez was a Warlock. And the Fire one, Sunsinger. So as far as that goes, it was fun to see Triple Wreck kind of winning cold. The other guys had all been playing for a while, and it was kind of fun how they did it. If you watch any esports at all, they have the guys that are commentating and the guys that are playing, and so you can kind of hear them both. You can hear the game chatter, and then these guys will comment on how they're doing. But you had Deej, who's the community manager. He's the one that's been in all the videos, kind of in this reveal period. And then you had Derek Carroll, who is a House of Wolves Crucible design lead. So you definitely had guys that know what they're talking about in here. And just to recap what Trials of Osiris is, it's a weekly PvP. It's an in-game activity. So after you're finished with the House of Wolves expansion stuff, and there's a new game type called Elimination. It's a 3v3 team-based. There's no respawning, so your team must revive you. Now this is crazy. This adds a different element to the game, because if you die, you can't just revive. It won't go on like that. So basically, if all your team dies, the round is over and you've lost a point. The other team gets a point. Or flip it. If you kill all the other team and don't let them respawn or revive each other, then your team wins and gets a point. So it adds a certain level of difficulty. Basically, killed or be killed. Team-based combat. You've got to be able to talk to your team and really communicate. To let them know where you're at, if people are around you, things like that, because it moves quick. A round can be really, really fast, or it can be over, or it can take a while. If you're able to revive your guys or whatever, and really work together, or if they're able to revive their guys. So, every trial starts with a visit to Brother Vance. We talked about him a little bit last week. And you get a Passage of Osiris, which is basically a scorecard. And it keeps track of your wins and losses. So, I don't remember how many wins it's got on it, but it's only got 3 losses. You can only get 3 losses. Once you get 3 losses, you have to go back to the reef and turn it in and to get your rewards. But even once you get the 3 losses, you're not out. You're not out for the weekend or before the reset. You can go and actually replay it as many times as you want. You just have to get a new scorecard every time you get 3 losses. So, and then it was so many wins. I'm sorry, I didn't mark that down. Maybe 7 wins total. So, and they're doing a reward system. So, wins will unlock tiers of rewards. There's stone tier, bronze tier, and gold tier. And stone tier, I believe, unlocks at 2 wins. Bronze tier is at 5, and gold tier is at 7. And then at 5 and 7, those levels unlock a piece of gear and weapons. So there will be, gears and weapons coming out of this. And so you got to get up to those certain levels, those tier levels of rewards. So it's a good thing to do and keep playing. The nice thing is it comes around every week, so if you miss it, you can get it next weekend. So Trials supplies, that's another thing that you can get from Brother Vance. They also drop, and so you purchase them with passage coins, and passage coins drop from daily PvP featured activity and random drops in PvP when House of Wolves releases. Or sorry, not the passage coins. The trial supplies drop from daily PvP featured stuff, and then they will random drop in Crucible things as well. And then all 3 of these stack. So here's a list of trial supplies. There's 3 of them, and they all stack. So there's Forgive a Loss, Give a Free Win, and Give a Bonus Win on first try. So all 3 of those you could use at the same time. There's no cooldown or anything like that. So that's nice. If you're down, say you're down, or you've got 6 wins and 2 losses, and so you're kind of nervous as to whether or not you'll either get that 3rd loss or that 7th win. So if you have one of those supplies that say has the either Forgive a Loss, that gives you 2 chances to get your 7th win, or if you have the free win, then you can just get your 7 wins and go turn it in. So that's nice. Gives you kind of a leeway. It'll be interesting to see how often or how easy it is to get those. I didn't understand where the passage coins came from. Maybe that's just your scorecards. And so we'll have to see. Now, Deej did ask the designer, you know, who is this for? Who's it catered for? And he said everybody should try it. But it's going to be the most intense game type so far. So if you haven't played much of the Crucible, this might be a little much. To me, it seems like it would be a little bit much, but I haven't played a lot of the Crucible, so that's probably why. But I'm still actually kind of excited. It adds a different element. It's not just go in, shoot 'em up, you know, Halo COD style. It adds a different element because you really have to work as a team. And so, and having it as a tournament brings out the competitive nature of it. Matches play to 5 points. So basically, you know, like I said, you have one round. So you potentially could have up to 9 rounds if you both get tied 4-4, and then you know, next one wins basically. So winning a round equals 1 point, and again you got to win that by eliminating the other team. So let's see. Oh, also there's no matchmaking. This was kind of funny. So Deej asked him, you know, is there going to be matchmaking going into this? And they're treating it like an in-game activity. So it's like a raid. You know, you got to find your friends. And his response was funny. Is that we'll provide the enemies, but you'll have to find your own friends, basically. But there is something good about that. They were saying that the lack of matchmaking also helps with latency. So it actually cuts down on that, which is good. You need a way to cut down on that stuff, because man, so many problems for so long with a lot of those like raids and whatnot. So it's crazy. So we'll see how that goes. But I'm pretty excited. I mean, there's some good stuff in there. I think that that'll be fun. It'll add a new element to the game, and so I'm excited. So let's just recap, so you kind of get a good idea of everything. So Trials of Osiris is the special Crucible event in the House of Wolves. It's a new PvP endgame activity and features an elimination game type. It's every weekend. The event will take place on a different map, and you form a 3-player fire team and matchmake against opponents. So you have to come up with the team, but then they'll matchmake you with opponents. Now I'm curious. I wonder, because like in the raid, you can go in by yourself. I mean, obviously you wouldn't want to go in 1 versus 3 unless you're crazy. But I mean, I'm guessing if they're going to treat it anything like a raid, that's going to be the idea. That you can go in by yourself or with only one other guy. But again, you might be matched up with 3 people, so that could be troublesome. So the more games you win, the better rewards you unlock. Lose 3 games and your trial is over, but you can enter as many times as you want. Just means you have to go back to the reef sooner. The event runs from Friday until the weekly reset, and you see Brother Vance in the reef to get started. So there are 4 maps, I think. They went into the Burning Shrine for the Twitch one. Then it looks like there's also Black Shield, Thieves' Den, and Widow's Court. And then, so every week it's going to be a different map, so that's kind of fun, and it's that map throughout the entire time. So you have to wait till the next week to get a different map. So next week they're going to be revealing the Prison of Elders. So if you're interested in that at all, because that's not PvP, but it is another in-game activity, I believe. That'll be on Wednesday, May 6th at 11 a.m. Pacific time. And again, that's at twitch.tv/Bungie. So you'll definitely want to check that out. I mean, it's worth it to check it out. I've enjoyed it so far, just at the information they've given and being able to actually physically see what is going to go on and what's going to happen. So before they had some other updates too, some Crucible changes. So shortly before House of Wolves releases, we're going to be downloading update 1.2.0, and it'll be another evolution in the experience that we know, and it'll check out. So we've got some things here. So like the spawn locking issue currently affecting Iron Banner is going to be fixed. Legendary items that will be added to post-game reward tables for all Crucible activities. Your first match in the daily featured Crucible activity will earn you a new reward package each day. Reputation and mark gains will double for each completed Crucible match. Etheric Light will become available for acquisition from Lord Saladin upon reaching rank 3 or rank 5 in the Iron Banner. So that's pretty cool. Because Etheric Light, if you remember from last week, you need Etheric Light to upgrade your legendary weapons. So that's pretty neat. You'll be able to actually get it from Lord Saladin if you get up to rank 3 and rank 5 in Iron Banner. And then the maps from the Dark Below will become the maps Pathenon, Skyshock, and the Cauldron will become the domain of all and be added to the standard rotation for select playlists. So that's cool. Right. So, and then just one other thing they had in this update. When you're basically about their help section, and so I guess there's been a lot of things in the Iron Banner this week in the hashtag help forums, and they wanted to answer them. So they had a navigation bug with accessing Iron Banner from the Crucible menu. The only way to access Iron Banner will be to select it from the Features Activities panel on the main director interface, and you will not be able to select Iron Banner from your Crucible menu, so you have to get it from the Features Activities panel instead. Additionally, if you have confirmed you're in the Iron Banner, which in an Iron Banner match, and did not receive Reputation, you may have earned a medallion instead. So make sure you check that out. If you didn't get Reputation, you may have actually just gotten a medallion. And some players have reported that some weapons do not count towards our Iron Banner focused aggression bounty. Please note that certain exotic primaries are still categorized as a special weapon and will not count for the bounty requirements. This seems kind of crazy to me, but you know, what do I know? And Lord Saladin is in the tower to ready for reforge your weapon perks, and you can learn more about that by going to Bungie.net. They'll have a bunch of other stuff going on there. So great. And also at the end of this update, they give you a little YouTube thing you can watch from somebody in the community. And this week it's Cyber Turd. So you can follow him at Twitter at Cyber Turd, and Turd is TERD. But I think he made a YouTube video on Crucible, on the Crucible montage, but it's not of him winning every time. So I can put that in the link below as well. Go ahead and go check that out. And that'll basically do it for this week. I think that's all the news. Tell me what you think about Trials of Osiris, or even, you know, the House of Wolves as a whole from what we learned last week. Let me know if you're gonna check out the new Twitch reveal next Wednesday on the Prison of Elders. I think all that stuff's gonna be pretty neat. So go ahead and leave comments below. Like and subscribe to our channel, please. We'd love to hear your comments and be able to entertain you daily, as Phoenix TV is a daily gaming channel. So this has been the It's Destiny podcast with Big Tony, and just want to thank you for listening. So like, subscribe, and we'll talk to you guys next week.